Alright. Looks like we're connected up here. From what I can see. Welcome back, everybody, to a Dren608 Plays. We're going to be doing Baldur's Gate. This is, Nórë Huinë. I'm not pronouncing that right. I gotta go back and check my phonetics. Anyway, it stands for, Autumn Twilight in Elvish. His, background was, it's not showing up here. Yes. Sleight of hand and stealth comes from his background as being a street urchin. I don't like that they don't let you know what your background pick was. You know? I guess you find that... Where do you find that? You find that in, Inspiration? Is that where it tells you? Yeah. Yeah, so I was an urchin. Poor and bleak childhood, you know how to make the most out of very little. Okay. So, I don't have any double overs here, so... Depending on who I have with me, I can get a lot of inspiration built up. On my watch, or Mattis respect for taking his ring. Urge Melody to tell the truth about the amulet. Okay. Destroy his hyenas. We did that. No one left behind. Yeah. And Gale's got a bunch. As well. Did I get anything for... So I don't have anything in here for Astarion. Do I not have Astarion in my party? It's right there. I guess it doesn't show up in the list until you've gotten them at least 1 point, huh? Well, anyway, we got to do some level ups here. So I think we're just going to go through it. I am going to respec people. So fair warning, when you see them... I'm not going to do it at this time, but I am going to do it offline after we get done with today's session. And the big thing I'm going to do, just so you kind of know, I don't have to respec myself. Because I have everything in even numbers. The strength is here because I took a Teal Giant potion. But I get really... This really bothers me. That Larian saw fit to have 3 numbers on each character being odd numbers. Okay? Knowing how 5e works, I would never ever do that myself. Why would you have 3 numbers that are odd when you know you're not going to be getting enough levels to do anything about that? So I will be like evening this out to being even numbers in here. 16 strength versus 17 strength is the same. Drink a potion, it doesn't matter. So if I drink an elixir of Hill Giant strength, I'll be at 21 no matter what, because that's what it sets it to. And then if I want to take like an ability improvement, I can just pop one of them up by 2 points. So like in this case, I'll probably take the strength down by 1 point, so it's a 16, and make the con be a 16, because that's what barbarians use. And I think I might end up with a point left over and be able to even out the dexterity. Same thing with Shadowheart. These 2 13s don't help her, so if you drop the wisdom by a point to 16, which doesn't hurt her, and even those both out, then she has like 14s all over or something like that. So I will be respecting people just to make these numbers be even. This really bothers me that they do this. I don't know where they got the idea that that was a good idea, But it's very misleading to people in the game, because you think you're getting that extra point. You think it makes a difference, but it doesn't. Unless you know the feat system really well, you might have one thing be odd, because your first feat you're going to take the one that's well, we'll see it when we get here. So let's level up the monk, and I'll show you the one that makes a difference on that. It's not the one I'm going to take, but oh, there's a long black screen. Whoa. Can I get my volume up on my headphones a little bit? Yeah, up a little bit there. Okay, so I get another key point. When I fall, I can use my reaction to resist the falling damage. Every time Intoxicating Strike hits, the monk gains life of the party, which increases armor class and attack rolls against drunk targets. So we want to make people drunk. Intoxicating Strike. Hit a creature with the orifice, doing 4 to 9 damage. I don't understand. Okay, I'll figure this guy out yet. I get a new feat. So this is where I was talking about. If you want to take, for instance, Tavern Brawler, Strength Modifier, improvised weapons. What is the one I was looking for? Resilient. Increase an ability by 1 to a maximum of 20 and gain proficiency in that ability saving throws. So you might want to have one of your abilities be at an odd number, and then take this as one of your feats. But having 3 at an odd number, I don't understand where they get that from. 2 at an odd number, and knowing that at 4th level you're going to just do this. 1 ability by 2 or 2 abilities by 1. See, for me, it's like, well, I'll just have my main ability be 16, and I'll take this as one of my 3 feats, and get it up to an 18. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But since I know what's coming, I don't know if I get that as a monk. Do I get some kind of not being surprised thing? But I always found this to be very, very useful. Going forward, because we're going to start getting into places where we get what do you call it? It's surprised a lot. This is nice for someone like Asterion too. But the people that I'm going to be taking, I'm probably pretty much going to be taking Alert, with the exception of Karlach. Alright, so for the monk, we're going to take Alert. We don't want to be surprised. We want him to be able to go after people on round 1. Oh, come on, Gale. And now we're going to get a couple more spells. We'll get another cantrip. Shocking Grasp is always nice. Second level spells. I don't know what scrolls I have. I didn't look to see what scrolls I have. I know I have scrolls of that. I'm sort of. Pretty sure I have a scrolls of invisibility. I'm trying to think of the scrolls that I don't see very often. concentration spell. I definitely want to take at least one more second level spell, but I'm not sure what I want to put in here. I'm trying to think of things that I normally see in the game for spells, because he can copy them into his book. I don't see this very often. But it's also not one I would see him use. Now, if he's a blade singer, that'd be different. You know, he'd be taking those kinds of weapon things. Is that and he has to concentrate on that. Is this concentration as well? Concentration. Sorry, I had to get a drink there. I don't know. What do we do, Gale? Just trying to think of things I don't see very often. We'll try invisibility, and I don't see this one very often, but I see most of the others, so I'll do that. And we prepare his spells. So right now, I think these are probably the best spells for him. And then feet for him. See, this helps him on concentration spells. And you can use a reaction to cast Shocking Grasp at a target moving out of melee range. Infamous Resilient. 2 ritual spells of your choice, which doesn't really help him. So you could do this and say like fire or lightning for him, and that would be really good because they can't, if they're resistant to say lightning, it'll get rid of their resistance, but I don't think it gets rid of their immunity. The immunity still goes. I don't think I'm really going to... I'm going to be very mundane with him as well. Nice to be able to get my spellcaster to shoot first. Alright. And I'm probably going to do the same thing with Shadowheart. Like I said, I'm going to respec him to being even-numbered stats because it just drives me insane with that. She got the cantrip. This sounds so interesting. But in her case, it's really not gonna make a difference on a lot of these people. Well, we'll take Toll the Dead for now. Her spells I wish they would quit doing that. Why can't they just leave the spells I have in there? Alright. Damage, damage, healing. Support. Hide. Support. Should I be able to bring out a weapon, buddy? Or hold purse? We're gonna be messing with people and things. I don't know. Try that. For now. And then with her feed, I'm also gonna take alert because I don't want her to get surprised. I will not take that with Karlach because Karlach will get that as a level 5 or 6 feature. She'll get the alert, so she's going to take something else. She gets a bunch of hit points and she gets feet. Now I got problems. What do I want to do with her? I mean, Tavern Brawler is always... You make an unarmed attack, use an improvised weapon, or throw something. That's what I want to do for the monk. That's the next one I'm going to take with the monk. And then the last one will probably be... maybe ability improvement or something when I hit 12th. Oh, what do I want to do with you, dear? I mean, I could go for Great Weapon Master. Another melee weapon attack as a bonus action. That's the important one. And you can also do a bunch more damage at -5 attack roll. Defensive duelist. Not our Karlach. No, that's not gonna happen. She gets that as a barbarian anyway. Make your melee weapon attack and roll your damage twice and use the highest result. We'll go with Savage Attacker for her. That's usually a pretty good one. Okay, so we got everybody leveled up. Alright. Should I do everybody else right away? I have to take these 3. I'm gonna lose that. But I don't have any short rest left. What was I at in my journal? Oh, we have to go do the swamp to save her. Finish Fastworks weapon. Bark from Sister Tree. We can go down and get Sister Tree bark. Helion's Heart. Upgraded engine, but we need to do more. Okay. Fate of Frontiers. We know about the Grand Duke. Thank you, Warrior. We gotta go there. She's... hasn't talked to us. Oh no, that's him. Okay, I'll put random item. Yeah, we've got to do that like 3 times before we can get a break. Okay. So we still need to go to finish the investigation of Kaga. That's right, I wanted to be 4th level before I went into the swamp. Okay. God, who do I take down there? Alright, let's, do we want to take the time to level people up? Or do I want to go wandering around? Alright, well, I'm going to get these people leveled up so I don't have to think about it. Come on.
I've known people who are hungry for power, but Gale takes it a bit too literally for my liking. I wonder how he does it. Why he does it. I'm sure all will be revealed in time, but I don't like it. A waste of perfectly good treasure.
That's true, they don't.
Well, obviously I would, but you have so many followers already. I wouldn't want to crowd you.
Yeah, take Gale's place.
Excellent. Now that that's settled, lead on.
No, I gotta get other people too.
Gale slurped that thing up like a horse with a carrot. I hope he got what he needed from it. I'm up for the challenge. You've just got to make a little space.
Yeah. You take Shadowheart.
I like how you think.
Just gotta level you up, that's why I'm grabbing you. I might keep Lae'zel with.
Gale is positively voracious. Well, let him suck up all the magic he needs, as long as he doesn't snack on a Githyanki silver sword. You're full up. Dismiss someone first. Ready for battle.
I haven't figured out who I want to romance with this monk, or if I want to bother at all. But, yeah, let's just start, get these 3 leveled up. He's not going to be too awful hard. Oh, come on. That's right, I have him in that faded drow stuff. So for him, we just get a feat, and he's got the same problem. See, I would like to take 1 point off of Dex, because 16 is the same as 17, and add 1 point to Intelligence and Wisdom each or something to try and get these evened out. It bothers me that they built the characters that way. Because you know, when people look at the pre-built characters and they're like, oh, that's the way I should build my character, have a whole bunch of odd number stats. It's like, no, don't do that. That's bad. Now, I could go with Alert on him. What was the other one I was thinking of doing with him? I don't think he's... Yeah, we haven't gone down the thief, so we don't need the magic thing. Difficult terrain doesn't slow you down when you dash. And he has two bonus actions, so he can do like a bonus action dash, which would let him get there in a hurry. And if you move from a melee attack, you don't provoke attacks of opportunity from your target, which means if he's hitting one person, then he can fade away and not be hit. Sharpshooter is always nice. Or you can do a ranged attack thingy. Because he's always going to have really high dexterity. So Sharpshooter's nice. Mobile is nice. Tough is nice to get extra hit points because he needs them. What was the 2-weapon? What's a dual wielder? What was this? Even if your weapons aren't light and you gain a +1 bonus to armor class while wielding a melee weapon in each hand, you cannot dual wield two-handed weapons. Which is fine, he doesn't do that anyway. So I could get him an extra armor class by taking this. But I really do love alert, just to have people not get attacked. But he's actually better off probably either with dual wielder or... Yeah, I think his first one is dual wielder. Yep. That's what we're going to take. Alright, dual wielder it is. Because I usually try to get him some really good daggers and short swords to use. Oh, come on. Long black screens in between my characters here. Alright, Will's a little more complicated. He wants to get a cantrip. Mage Hand's probably a good one. Right? Mage Hand is always useful. And pretty much he does his damage with his blast. Spell-wise, do we have all the retribution spells? Yes. I have Mage Hand. Should I grab something simple like Witch Bolt? Or something offensive like Cloud of Daggers? There's an interesting thought. Because pretty much when he's out, since he only has 2 spell slots, I basically have him doing either Hellish Rebuke or Counter Spell. And then his magic is his cantrips and his Blast. Eldritch Blast. That's what he does. You know? So this is really kind of like, what do I want to have as a possible utility spell? That would make it easier for Astarion to attack people. Shatter is always nice. I think I'll just take Shatter. I'll show you what I mean by replace spell. If you see, I have Scorching Ray, which lets me do some fire damage. This came, I didn't have a choice. This is here, and then I have Arms of Hadar, or Hellish Rebuke. And Counterspell will be what I take when I get up to 3rd level. So, you know, right now it's pretty much, you hit me, I'll hit you for 2 to 20 flame. Unless you're resistant, you know. If you're immune to fire, I won't do it, obviously. Alright, we're going to skip that. We go here. Wow, he's got some possibilities. That doesn't apply to his ranged weapon attacks. I think that does not apply to his magic. So we don't want to go there. I wonder if does that apply to spells and attacks resistance to a damage type of your choice. I wonder if that applies to his Eldritch Blast, so that I can make, even if your resistance to force damage, you aren't. But again, it ignores resistance, not immunity. What does this do? That could make his armor class really good. Crossbow expert's not bad either. Weapon attack and charger. What? Charger, weapon attack, charger, shot. Okay. Dexterity could go up by 1, but I'm going to be respecting all of that, so not a reason to do that. But he doesn't have performance proficiency. Do I just take alert with him? He could learn 2 ritual spells, so he could take things like Long Strider and Find Familiar. Oh, that would be interesting. Huh. Or do I want to do that at a higher level, so maybe I can get a higher level ritual spell? I think I'll save that for 8th level. I think I'm gonna go. I want an alert party this time. I've gotten surprised many times with my party in the past. Alright, that's him, and then, who I got left? Lizzo? Chica Simple. Now, I've been taking alert with everybody else, but in her case, she's a great weapon master because I took Battle Master with her. So her getting extra attacks is just insane. So this is my Barbarian getting more damage when she hits, and this one is getting more damage when it hits, but can actually get extra attacks. So that's what I'm going to do with her. She's not going to have the alert. Okay. So now I don't necessarily want to take these guys out, though. Right, but if you go in here, then you'll see... It should be... Oh, I gave him dual wielder. And you see there's alert for Wyll. Great weapon fighting for her. Alert for me. And I'm not sure this is the party I want to take out. I guess we can have Lizelle. Let's see, we're gonna go fight swamp thingies. Who do I need for swamp thingies? Definitely want to have Gale. Gale over Wyll for the swamp thingies. See, if I take out these guys, we're at full strength with everything. Maybe we can go grab some experience points. There's a thought. Although we have no guidance from anybody. Right? Nobody has the... We don't have a guidance pendant, do we? I just got to speak with Dad. Oh, I've got guidance pendant. Do we have anything else for you guys? Dancing lights. Oh, hand crossbow. Here you go, dude. Been meaning to give you that for a while. I don't have the greatest scroll selection. So what does, what did I have? Shadowheart's carrying a lot of the scrolls. I don't know. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. She was just carrying around a lot of books that we were going to sell. Right? I've got a lot of healing potions, so that's not a problem. I'm sorry. Gale, did you have anything of real importance? You just got to learn the closet spell. Will's a problem with armor class, that's right. Oh boy. Will has a problem with armor classes, I forgot about that. She just has a longsword +1. I don't have any really good crossbows. Wow. Did the other guys have magic crossbows? I don't think any of them have it either. No. Wow, okay, this could be very dangerous for us. Alright. Well, we could try these guys out. Let's take these guys out before we rest. We'll just quick save here. I don't remember why it was. I'm in the blighted village somewhere. Or did I go back to the grove? Yeah, I'm still back at the grove, aren't I? Okay, I don't need to be here. I need to go. We've done Joaquin's Rest. We haven't done the big nasty gnolls. So the blighted village, and then head south to do south things. Maybe come down over here. So we'll come to the blighted village. Alright, to the blighted village we go.
Lae'zel, have you ever done a good deed just for the sake of it?
I have performed deeds well and efficiently. Is this what you mean?
Not exactly. But you answered my question.
Oh yeah, we gotta go down and do the spiders too. Alright, there's somewhere here is a book of Necromancy of Thay. Do I still have bad guys to do? Definitely don't want these guys taking on the ogre. Did we take care of these guys down here?
Don't linger.
Yeah, that's the ogres. So I think I've already done this. Yeah, I've already taken these guys out. Oh, there's a mugwort.
All right. What now?
There's mugwort.
Have to keep going. My might be
missed the
useful.
mugwort. Do we have the book? Did I do the thing of the thing? No. We have to search the cellar, right? Or did we already do this? So there's a wooden hatch there. Did we already do this? Oh god, I don't remember what I've done. I don't think I've been down there. Have we? Don't think we have. Alright, well, it does look like I picked up all the ingredients here, though. Because I don't see any. You know, I don't see anything here. God, I don't remember if I've been in this basement or not. Alright, we're gonna go down here. Maybe. Maybe I have been.
What's inside?
Well, I have not been completely here. Because I can see... Yeah, I did. I came in here. And we fought these guys. Did we not go through the mirror? Maybe I wanted to wait until I had rested here? I'm so confused. I don't remember what I did. I really need to watch my videos before I record a new one, because I can't remember what I did. I took everything here. So I picked up all the books to sell. Yeah, it looks like I've cleaned this place out. Not a bottle to be standing. But I don't think I went through the mirror. Right? Did we not go through the mirror? Did we do the bad guys? Is that what we did? Right, we took care of the coffins. Are all exposed and everything. Yeah, I didn't take the pickaxe. But it looks like all the coffins got opened. Or maybe I didn't. Yeah, I took all those. Did I not go through the mirror? Did I chicken out on the mirror last time or something? I know it can be difficult to do. So I'm wondering if I left it. Because I don't seem to have... So if I go... Inside medicine... My history is +2. His Arcania is +3. And my... Oh, wrong place. So... She's not going to be good at this at all. He's got a 3, and I've got a 2 in history. I have 4 on insight. There's an interesting issue. If I remember right, this thing is a combination of Arcana and history. Which means you probably want to have Gale to do this. Yeah, this is not the right party to do this. No, I think we will get out. I'm gonna come back here with Gale. Because he's got Arcana and History, I think. We can throw guidance on him. So let's go do something else with these guys.
Here goes nothing.
As much love as I hold for Baldur's Gate, these frontiers delight me as much as any bustling street.
You can't be serious. This is a howling wasteland. I haven't even had a bath since the abduction. I must reek the lizard slime.
Sure, but think of the stories you'll be able to tell.
So I now have Corellian's Grace. Well, for some reason, this thing's still locked. And not anymore. Haste Helm. Let's give that to Lae'zel. I think she can wear that. Okay, so we found a fish.
Open up.
More fish. Booze? Ah, yes, booze for the Drunken Master. Although I think I'm just about out of key points, aren't I? Oh, that's what I was going to go back and rest for. So that I had full key points. I think I've already used my once a day alcohol trick, right? Yeah, I didn't get any key points back. So I already done that once today. So I'd only be having one key point. So this could be very bad if this doesn't go well.
Should mind my step.
Now we could have Wyll go scream at them. Because he's got... Doesn't he have Intimidate? Does he have Intimidate? Yeah, he's got Intimidation, so we might be able to bluff our way through this. Alright. Wyll's gonna lead here. Okay, rescue the gnome. Alright. Let's stop it.
Sure, why not?
I want to cast
more interesting
guidance
times.
on Wyll. And then I want to pull off a Starion. And I want you, sir.
Watch your back.
I want you to hide.
Let's prowl.
Can you? You can't get up on the roof there, though, can you? I don't think you can jump that high.
The element of surprise.
Nobody's listening.
It's all too high. I could give him a potion of vaulting. Do I have one of those? Do I have a potion of exalted vaulting? I have two. Let's split that. There you go, gentle sir.
Go on then, make it good.
Okay. So now.
Nobody's listening.
All right. Let's go back
Sharp as
to
ever.
Wyll. Oh, I need to cast guidance
Never a dull
again.
moment.
Eager for battle.
No one back home will ever believe this.
And then we'll have Wyll walk in.
All I needed. Checking things out.
See how this works.
Look what we got here. Another little
should have saved before I
birdie
did this.
wanting to fly. Stop this thing! Flap those wings some more, and I'll feed you a worm. And you. Hope you got a stomach for ice.
Well, this is Wyll, so what the hell's are you doing?
What's it bloody look like? We're teaching this here pipsqueak to fly.
Let me rephrase that. Why are you doing this?
'Cause it makes me laugh.
he doesn't get the option to, like, do anything about it. Interesting. So we're releasing
You
on them.
want this little cave lurking what's it? Find your own. He's ours!
As the symbol
There we
glows,
go.
power courses through you. Authority.
Alright, so intimidation would be +5, +6. All of you lot against one deep gnome, you should find a better target. That's 5, 6 minimum. Detect thoughts. That's only +1. And this one's like rolling a 2 or better. Well, this is Will. Right? This is Will. This is Will. He's 1. That's just Will. A critical success. That's Will.
The goblin's nostrils flare, as if trying to judge you through smell alone.
We're leaving.
What about the gnome? Ain't we supposed to bring him to...
I said we're leaving! There's plenty of sport and rich pickings out there for us! Move it!
Starion is inspired. Alright, so everybody's gonna leave, so I don't get the experience points for killing them, but I make them go away.
Come on, Deborah. Let's find you something to eat. Right then.
Fresh meats. Scared meats. Yes.
Do they show up at the again in the camp? I think one of them shows up in the... Alright,
Still
let's...
breathing, despite everything.
Keep your blade close.
Let's move. Never wanted the easy part.
Oh. There's food in there. Yes, yes, I know, Barker. We could send him on a trip. But I really don't want to launch him into space. And we'll go get some experience points here. Actually, we should bring Shadowheart to this because this is a thing on her story. Damn it. I forgot. She's got a story thing here.
What are you waiting? Cut me loose!
My street urchin. What's in it for me?
Free me and find out!
Okay.
Bagakabara. Those pustulant thugs. Well, get on with it. Whatever you are.
Get on with what?
You saved me, now you'll extort me. That's how this works, yes?
Ooh, a monk option. Take without need is unprincipled. You owe me nothing, gnome. It'll make
Nothing?
Starion unhappy, but I'd rather know how you got caught.
My own fault, really. I should have dropped my pack and outrun those bastards. Alas. Take my pack, if you can find it.
I know where it is.
The only reason those goblins caught me was its weight. I'll travel lightly from now on. Ignorance is alive and well, it seems. Deep gnomes aren't restricted to the Underdark, you know. I've lived in Baldur's Gate for years. I'm in search of a friend. I fear he's in trouble. See this? I gave it to him years ago before I left home. I found it around the neck of a thug in the lower city. It was speckled with blood. My friend, nowhere to be found. But I still have hope. I have reason to believe he's in the Underdark. Hopefully, I'll pick up his trail from there.
How are you getting into the
always help my friends. On that note, I bid thee farewell. If we should meet again, well, we will have met again.
Folk hero. That's Wyll getting inspiration. Now we should be back up to 4, right? Yep, we're back up to 4. So if I fail a die roll, we'll use inspiration. I've come to realize that when you get inspiration, you get it up to 4. If you blow a die roll, just do it. Just use it. I really need to bring Shadowheart out for this, though. Because she's the one that's gonna look at the statue. Dagnabbit. Okay, we're gonna do a little switcheroony here. Back to camp real quick. I'm gonna grab Shadowheart. Drop a Starion for now. Just so I can get her to do her scene thing with the statue. I think it's one of the things that pushes her towards switching to the light side, which is, I like that storyline with her. One of these days I'll do sort of an evil playthrough and have her go Dark Justiciar.
So, Gale just consumes magical items like I do wine. We truly are a group apart. Nevertheless, as quirks go, that's a new one for me.
Okay, join me.
A bit crowded, don't you think? You'll need to swap out someone if you want me.
We're gonna have you pop out a Starion.
I was beginning to feel a little left out.
Yeah. I need you to come back out here because you need to see this thing that's on the other side of the...
Blade of Frontiers, Do you always need to be the center of attention?
Anything but. I don't fight to be flattered, Lae'zel. I fight to save lives.
Thank you for putting the walls in there. Okay, we need to go over here because Shadowheart needs to get triggered by this thing out here. Right? We're going to go over here like we're picking up the studded shield. Very innocently, not... And this should trigger her. Yep.
Shadowheart's attention is fixed on a damaged old statue.
Hands flaring up, huh?
We should keep moving.
What just happened?
Nothing. The trick of the light.
Not true. Don't take me for a fool. If you say
I
so.
do. Let's just move along. Time's a rare currency for both of us.
She doesn't like me. She don't like me. Right? She didn't like me. I don't think anybody likes me. Neutral 18. Neutral 0. Neutral -2. Yeah, most these people don't like me. Ain't nobody around here like me. Which is the way it's gonna have to be, I guess. Alright, where's the hatch down? Let's go do this.
Better not be cursed.
then that's
have a
the
look.
heavy backpack. And we take all that, and then we send this. This was the speedy light feed. I don't know who gets that. I just take all that because I'm lazy.
Just another crate.
I don't think there's anything else here like a broom or something. There's a shovel, a pitchfork. Come after Restarian with a pitchfork now. If we have a pitchfork. And I believe that is it. There's nothing over here. Right? Yeah. There's a burlap sack, but I think it's just rotten food. Yeah, just rotten food. Okay, so let's go upstairs. So there's like an old backpack, a heavy backpack, and a tattered bag, and then a backpack. That's 4 unique ones. Then a burlap sack and a pouch gives you 5, 6. And you can divide up all your containers that way. Keep things straight. So I'm going to send the... Where's the old... Heavy backpack is going to go back to camp. Because it's one that I'll want to use back there. Alright, where am I on the map? So we've done this bit. Well, that's the barn. I really don't want to interrupt him in the barn. Right? Where's that barn? That's something else. Isn't it? Alright. Did we already do this?
A feast fit for an ogre. You notice a peculiar dagger protruding from the tough, leathery meat.
Well, I'm pretty good at sleight of hand, but he's better. My investigation is a straight D roll. My strength die roll is +5. Sleight of hand is +5, so I'm +5 no matter what I do. Let's show off my strength. And I'm going to add in my guidance. Best we can do. +6. Okay. I was gonna say if I fail it, I'll use an inspiration because I don't care.
You yank the dagger free, leaving a narrow slit behind.
No, I'm not gonna keep it. I'm gonna give it to Astarion. Right, because it's... Oh, Astarion's not with me. I need to get a magic rapier or something for Wyll. Dang nabbit. Well, yeah, I'm going to give that to Astarion because I like to have him have some magic items to strike with. This is not good. I feel like I'm 4th level and I don't have half the items that I usually think I should have by this time. There's another shovel over here. Picking up shovels. There's a pile of bones. Bone for the dog. Alright, now I've been over there. I know what's in there. Do I really want to fight them? Should we do the embarrassing thing now?
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Yeah, we can go do embarrassing. That way we'll at least have a fight. Or did we already do this? We must have already done it. Because I'm not hearing the thump thump thump. Okay, we already did it.
As you approach, a guttural scream and a succession of quick bangs rattle the door. Then, a low moan. Someone, or something, is having a bit of fun.
Open the door!
Leave it. Whoever's inside doesn't want an audience, and I don't want to fight.
Too bad, girl. You're gonna hate a fight. Open the door anyway.
What the hell are you doing?
I'm just having to... back away slowly.
Ruined. Smash! Oh, smash you!
No, actually you won't.
Burger in the making.
Okay.
Blood follows me everywhere.
Let's use up my last key point.
Ready.
What to do with her?
Onward.
Do need to stay out of Lae'zel's way.
Forever dauntless. Finding my way.
Well, I might as well. One missed her. Alright, they get to beat on us.
Get out!
Why is she so bad at... Oh, I bet you I have that on, don't I? let's turn that off for right now. It's more important that I hit these people many times. Yeah. I didn't use menacing attack on him. I'm a dumbass. I am so stupid sometimes. Alright, me.
I'll rip you apart!
Well, if I have a say about it, I'm gonna go run outside the door.
Don't waste a step.
So that you have to go through everybody else.
Focused. Focus straight through.
Well, that's all.
Battle favors the fearless.
I think we'll just do that.
Walk in on a bugbear and an ogre.
It certainly set my heart to beating. A shame we had to steal theirs.
Swift as my feet can carry me. Anything of use? Bet that will fit in my pack.
No, we're not going to take that.
What's in here?
Booze.
Looks empty.
And I'm the drunken master, so I must have booze. We must all have booze. Oh, there's rope. Rope's worth money. Okay. If I didn't need the experience points, I'd let it go, but I need the experience points. So, anyway, you can get them.
Looks empty.
Oh, there's water there. Let's say, wait a minute, there was something in there. Alright. Yeah, okay. There's nothing over here, right? I don't see anything. Alright, so let's go outside the door. And then I will close the door. Leave them alone. Alright, now what do I want to do? I've got to rest. Don't I? And I want to come back to do the mirror with Gale. These guys got to do a little something out here. But I really need to go back and do the mirror with Gale. So we can go down by the mirror. We'll go grab Gale so that when we get done with a quick rest, we can come right back here. Get this, right? We've got ogres we gotta deal with, too. The ogres, I almost want to have Lae'zel and Karlach and me and Shadowheart for the bless. Right, just have 3 really big beat sticks just to pound on them really fast. Shadowheart can throw a silence and then a bless on us. That might work. We can try that. I mean, I tried talk them into joining me, but I have a bad feeling they won't. Okay, let's go... Where was the cellar thingy that I went into? Twisted Tree's down there. Yeah, we gotta go do the Twisted Tree. I've got too many things to do that I want to get done. And not enough time to get them all done in. Alright, I need to be in this building. And we have to go down and do the spiders. So I've got like 3-4 things to do here. Come along, children. We're going to be in the building and then we're going to go do our camp. Yeah, this is where I want to be. So we're going to come over here. Now, unfortunately, I do really need to go rest. So might as well go back here. Did I not turn off Lae'zel's helmet? No, I didn't. Hide it in general. Okay. Alright, so I want to grab Gale for Wyll for the thing. Then we might need to bring in a Starion for Lae'zel in order to get through all the traps and stuff. Right? So Gale for Wyll right now.
Always at your side.
Yeah.
What's on your mind? Oh, nothing would give me greater pleasure. Which of our esteemed company are back in the thick of things at last?
Alright. Alright, we just have to go to sleep. Because
here we go.
Spell slots, key points, rages. So we're gonna go in here, see if there's people to talk to me. Yep, here we go. There's the devil.
Hell's fire. She's coming.
This is something they did in, maybe it was in patch 7. If you try to go around getting Wyll, is what I tried to do.
You've been naughty. And you know what happens when you're naughty.
Gods damn it. Anyone but her.
Well, aren't you a luscious thing? Alright, so from my background that I chose as the kid glowing up on the street. Would I go with 2? Wow, that's an interesting thought. Anybody in chat, let me know what you think. Man, usually I just go 1 or 3, but I'm a street kid.
You flatterer. Why, if I had a warm heart, I'm sure it would be skipping. Call me Mizora. I'm Wyll's patron, the fount of his power. My pet's been unruly, and his leash needs a yank.
Okay. So it's
we had a deal, Wyll. But Karlach's still breathing.
I've taken more pleasant shits than you, Mizora. And at least those can be buried after.
That's no kind of talk for a lady. By the way, Karlach,
Zariel sends her regards.
You told me devils only. She's a tiefling, not a monster.
How precious. The little pupster's found his bark.
Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless.
Karlach meets the criteria by virtue of having no heart.
I have heard enough. You're not leaving this place alive. Should we try that? I might have to reload this. She'll just kick us. She'll just kick our asses, right?
Kill me? I wouldn't recommend it.
Approve.
I die, and Wyll turns to a lemure and gets sucked right down to the hells.
Which reminds me.
Wyll burns in the fires of Avernus. Lightning storms of Dis strike his flesh. His soul passes through each layer of the hells, gaining their essence and their torment.
So anyway, long time ago, before patch 7, I don't know if they did it in 8 or 7 or somewhere, but you used to be able to go around, get Karlach, and just sort of ignore Wyll.
That's better.
Until, like, you were done saving the grove.
A promise broken, a price paid. You know the terms.
But
Get
here...
used to the new form, pet. There's no going back. Some magic even I can't undo. Now, let's see how the frontiers fare without their precious blade.
Karlach, keep an eye on him, would you? I'll be keeping mine on you.
Oh, and Wyll, don't forget, our pact still stands. Ta-ta.
Alright, now I gotta go talk to Wyll. And then I gotta talk to everybody else about this too.
God's damn her straight back to the hells.
Yes.
Just look at me. I did what was right, and Mizora made me pay for it.
Yep, that's
I'd be hunting devils and demons, she said. Traitors and hypocrites, heartless evils of all sorts, but not Zariel's victims. Not innocent tieflings.
Warlock pacts tend to be unforgiving from what you know of them. Wyll was lucky he didn't face a more severe punishment.
I made it in a cranius die roll. Huh. Half-truths and devil hacks are not worth the soil you stand on. The Blade of Frontiers has some explaining to do. What did you expect? She's a devil, hardly the paragon of honesty. You've been turned into a devil, an appropriate punishment, I'd say. You're lucky she didn't take your soul when she came. The Blade of Frontiers has some explaining to do. What do I want to do? Glasses are dirty again. I don't know. Got anybody in chat want to tell me what you want to pick? See, I grew up on the streets of Baldur's Gate. I think I'd go with 5 or 3. Well, I haven't done this one, so
I'd count my lucky stars for it, but I reckon luck is on holiday. I'm only alive because my patron still has use for me. It's Mizora who grants me the power to conjure armor and cast eldritch blasts. Before I was infected, I could even call hell beasts and summon festering clouds. But I promise you, Every thrust of my blade and every flame I sparked was for the good of the coast.
Let me guess, this pact is what caused the rift between you and your father?
It's not unrelated. I wish I could tell you more. I can't utter the terms or circumstances of the pact. I can tell you most all else, but the pact, I'm forbidden, unless Mizora permits it. But I'll say this. The moment I pacted myself to Mizora, I have not regretted for a heartbeat. It was my proudest deed. It was worth the sacrifice. All I can give you on that is my solemn word.
That's crazy. Packed away your soul to save the coast. Okay, let's go talk to Gale. He'll be saying something about this.
I can't help feeling Wyll got off lightly. The wrath of the hells is second only to the wrath of the heavens. Having a devil in our camp will certainly make things interesting. Never a dull day, is there?
Nope. Okay, I don't really need to know all that. Right? I gotta go talk to her because she's all gushy over Wyll because he chose her over...
I'll be honest, soldier. I'm reeling. Wyll hardly knows me, but he chose my life over his. Been a long time since someone stuck their neck out for me like that. You can say that again. When he was chasing me through Avernus, I thought he was just another sad merc. How wrong I was.
Alright, so she's in love with Wyll. Got it. He's gonna have something to say about Devil.
So, Wyll did the right thing, and it earned him a set of horns. Let that be a lesson to us all.
Maybe you need a set of... Do I need him to go through the mirror? I'm trying to think what's on the other side. There's some very nasty lockpick. So I'm going through the mirror first, so I probably need him more than I need a beat stick. Alright, let's go talk to Lizel.
The Blade of Frontiers in the guise of a devil. I'd remark on the irony, but I'd hate to waste the breath. Still, it took guts to defy that petty patron of his. The Blade's sting is real.
Okay. I really need to take some time in camp and talk to everybody through all their things. But I don't know. Should I do that on camera? Do I need to talk through everybody's stuff here on camera? I probably should. Should be semi-boring.
I hope Mizora flies into the blades of a windmill for what she did to Wyll. Though, I must admit, the new look is a little... dashing. Fine. What's on your mind? I suppose we'd go our separate ways. Not a slight on your company, of course.
Okay. Stay together if we get on well.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. If we do survive, we'll have separate lives to return to. I need to get to Baldur's Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible.
Family, a friend, a lover? Seems personal, I won't pry. Is that something you want to talk about? Yeah,
Thank you. And you're right. It's a delicate matter. Not something for light conversation.
Okay. Build up my ego?
I must admit, you've been a surprise. And not an unpleasant one. Kindred spirits are few and far between for me. Besides, you saved my life aboard the Nautiloid. How can I do anything but sing your praises?
Okay, we're not going to talk about them. I don't think I want to go there now. Alright. I should ask... These things are going to hang up in our conversation, so I'm going to run around and do all the basic lines. Alright, you dude.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, what's to tell? I'm a magistrate back in the city. It's all rather tedious.
Okay. Do I need him? We're going in to do the mirror. Doing the mirror. What do I have to do? Trying to remember what's in behind the mirror. We're gonna be in the necromantic laboratory. We're going to need high wisdom for her to help us perceive things. And we're gonna need Gale for getting through, and we're gonna need him to help augment me in opening up traps. So I don't think I need...
Obviously I would. But you have so many followers. Or excellent. Now that that's settled...
Alright, I gotta go talk to Lae'zel and get some of her stuff out of the way.
Speak.
Yeah, speak. Quack. I wish I had that option. It says speak. I'd like to have the option to just say quack. And see what you do.
Entirely. I was as devoted to my studies as I was to my training. Each creche contains a Zaithisk purification device. So I learned from the writings in the Kalir library.
Guys, I need to go get a drink. So I'll be right back.
The gift
okay?
from Vlaakith herself, that we may gain total understanding.
Wants to trip me. Okay. Total understanding is absolute nonsense. Kind of wisdom is very valuable.
Countless scholars roam the astral sea and beyond, observing the ways of our lessers. Exploring planes so distant, order turns to chaos, and cold fires rage. The planes are ever quaking, and their peoples ever shifting. The Githyanki possess an eternity of knowledge. Yet we still collect more. Infinities upon infinities.
Okay. Alright, we kind of already know his story, don't we?
Well met.
What was it like being
Not
the
so
son?
enchanting as you'd think. The Portiers, the Caldwells, they were the blue bloods hosting the fancy balls and drinking from gold goblets. Fathers,
I do
the
have a
son
question
of a
for you
blacksmith.
guys that
born
either
with
in
barely
chat
a
or when
coin
you
in the
watch
coffers.
this after the fact.
He made a name for
Do you want to
himself
see
among
these
the Flaming
cutscenes?
Fist. Brave as Baldur, stubborn as a deep
talking all this
daring, outspoken, but hardly posh.
Or is this
I
just
spent
boring
more
to you
time
since you've
dueling
already
with
seen it
Father than I did rubbing elbows with lords.
Obviously,
Not to say I didn't develop a taste for good wine and a talent for courtly dance.
Now, this is how you start his love interest, ladies, gentlemen. If you're interested in Wyll, this is what you would pick. Now you're quite a change.
Yes, and no. Father taught me the 4 pillars of power: courage, insight, strategy, justice. He reckoned I'd follow in his footsteps. First as a fist marshal, then as a duke. Vanquish evil, maintain order, save the world. But a duke makes bedfellows with more monsters than he slays. Father called it diplomacy. I called it hypocrisy. In the frontiers, there is no posturing, no diplomacy. I slay monsters. I don't consort with them. Even if I might look like one.
What do you make of Raphael?
He brings to mind a story. The Devil with the Silver Tongue. An old fairy tale my father read to me. The kind with a hero, a villain, and a moral. A farmer made a deal with the devil, so the story goes. In exchange for the farmer's dearest fruit, the devil granted him a bottomless coin purse.
Okay, come on.
The farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach, but his beloved daughter. We can learn a lot from fairy tales, don't you think?
Interesting, coming from someone who's already been ensnared by a devil.
Given the circumstance, I'd do it again. My soul was a necessary price to pay for... You know I can't say more, but I can say this. I had but one road I could travel. For now, you have a dozen, 100, 1,000 to choose from. A road that leads to a devil is the very last one you should follow.
Okay, how'd you become
My father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. After my exile, I was hunting near the Cloakwood. I heard a child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins.
Yeah, this is
his mother's corpse bled into the soil next to him.
Anyway, I
don't remember much
curious.
of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after.
I am curious if you guys are interested in actually seeing these conversations going on. Because I could like just hit the spacebar and skip through them just to get them out of the queue to be talked about. So. I'm more worried about kids being orphaned and stuff since I was kind of that way.
I left him with his uncles. 5 years on and he's flourishing. If only every child was so lucky. I mourn the ones I could never save, whose cries I never heard. In the boy's tears, I finally saw the suffering wrought by the villains of the wild. The frontiers demanded a blade, and so I heeded.
How great could you be? I've never heard of you. Talking about
it was an even bloodier day, and a stronger foe. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the Galena Mountains just north of the Moonsea. A reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made. But that story is reserved for lifetime friends and calmer days.
You should get out of this pack.
A possibility that's kept me awake countless nights. But I don't have a clue where to start, other than play her games and play by the rules. That's the only language devils listen to.
There must be some loot.
It could well be. She has the blighted thing. What I know of it is simply what has engraved itself upon my memory. My contract is very clear. I can bring Mizora no harm. She'll have to let me out of my pact willingly. The only way out is if I can out-bargain her. We're standing here with nothing but the clothes on our backs and the worms in our heads.
We can beat her if we want.
We can. I'm sure of it.
Got a lot of approval.
How glad I am that you see me as more than my patron's pet.
You're a useful warlock is what I see you as. Do I need to talk to Gale? I need to go talk to Gale. I can't remember if I already
What's on your mind?
I got through your basic things. No. Okay, there's nothing special here. I've already done his generic stuff, I must have. At some point, I'm gonna lose my animal speaking, so I better go talk to... Let's talk to my buddy. Hey, buddy. Come back here, buddy. Friend. I need you. I need to talk to you. You're my buddy. Best
Hope
boy
you're
in the
keeping
room.
well, friend.
Yep. Of course I am. Everybody's gotta pet you. I think it's the first time you pet him, you get like Karlach and Shadowheart and Wyll all approve or something like that. It's kind of amusing. Let's go talk to Mama K.
Soldier.
How do you like the upgrade to your engine?
I'm just happy to know someone can do something about this little situation. Thought I was alone, but I'm not, am I? With your help, and Dammon's, I might be able to get a little more control over this thing. None too soon, either. It's starting to wear me out a bit. Let's hope Dammon is as good as he seems. Once my engine's handled, I can focus on more important matters. Tadpoles, cults, frosty pints.
Frosty pints. I just look. How did you do? How did that happen?
The year, 10 air. The place, sleepy little town.
So this is story time.
Baldur's Gate. Our hero, Karlach, a knock-kneed delinquent from the outer city, with everything to give and nothing to lose. I was a kid looking for a way to fill my days and make some cash when I fell into the wrong crowd. Worked for a guy I respected. A lot. Turns out the feeling wasn't mutual. Through the jigs and the reels, he made a deal with Zariel behind my back. You know Zariel, right? Archdevil of Avernus. She put this thing in my chest and set me to work. Well, to war. I learned quick how to stay alive. And the engine served me when it came to killing devils. 10 years of that. The stories I could tell. Guy named Gortash. Politician. Inventor. One of these wheeler-dealer types who seems to have a finger in every pie.
Wow.
I guess I was naive to think everything he got up to was above board. What did I know? I saw a job. A good job. With people I liked. Doing work I was good at. Sometimes I'm jealous of that girl. Ugh. To feel so invincible again.
I'll make you invincible, Karlach. Well, maybe not completely invincible, but you'll be darn good at your job again.
Gives me energy. Power. But you've seen it in action. Very hard to control. If I'm excited at all, angry, nervous, delighted, enticed, I burn hot. Hot enough to burn anyone who gets close.
I wouldn't mind that myself. I've never been one for too much contact. I never saw that one before. Is that from my background? I don't remember that being there.
I try not to think about it. I still think about it constantly, but, you know, I try. One of these days, I'll sort the whole infernal affair out, get myself cooled off, start making up for lost time. But not today.
What? I'll throw water on you, cool you down, you can at least get a kiss. Or something. Get Gale to cast his... Great. Anyway. I think I've talked with everybody but Shadowheart. Did I do her? I already did her, right? We already did her story? I think that's it.
Something the matter?
No, that's getting into the whole artifact. So let's skip this. What do we know about everybody? No, not that one. So what do I know about my girls here? We rescued the gnome. We trapped that man. Okay. So the Blade of Frontiers. Mizora. Okay. Fiery friend, nothing new. Daughter of Darkness. She reached Baldur's Gate. She's told us about her fear of wolves. Made a mysterious wound. Alright, so we know all of that stuff. Okay, so we've got... I think we have everybody's stuff up to date. Okay, now we can go sleep. Am I going to get in trouble for weight here? Okay, I should be okay. Still have a lot of stuff. These I should just give to Karlach. She's going to be wanting to use them, not me. Trying to get my weight down because I've got way too much stuff. Now, most of these I can sell off. This I want to keep. Red one I do need to give. Tollhouse Ledger. Shaft of the Broken Spear. Have I gone and seen the... I've seen the Mama Owlbear once. I have to see her a second time, right? Maybe we can go do that, too. Alright. Do I get... Alright, I think I can just go to bed. What do we want to do for dinner? Let's have some pumpkins, cheese, and a bottle of wine. Anything bad happening? Half elf, human, and elf. Okay. Alright, you don't have any things there. Do I have one? Still have one, so I'll go ahead and drink that right now. Mr. Gale, sir.
With the weave.
Alright, we're going to get out.
Do you have someone waiting for you in Baldur's Gate, Astarion? A sweetheart, perhaps?
Not one in particular. The city is a veritable feast of sweethearts.
You must be eager to get back then. Slimmer pickings out in this wilderness.
And then gotta cast mage armor on myself. And let the monk lead the way. So where's... Not sure we have the right mix to take on the... I want big beat stick people to take on the ogres, I think. Alright, now we need to go back here.
I wonder if the gods are watching me.
Of course they are. It's called the gods of YouTube. They're unforgiving. I don't want to be the one doing the talking. I want to have some guidance on Gale and have him do the talking to the mirror. Right? Torches. So you.
What's next?
Going to cast the guidance. On the wizard. And then we are going to quick save. And then the wizard.
Your desire
is going to go talk to
Curiosity
the mirror.
must be satisfied.
Speak your name. A magic mirror. A primitive contraption, but not without its use.
Trying to understand the nature of its magic. He's plus 5, 6. Okay.
The magic is old and wavering, but you recognize it. The mirror is a thinking lock, hiding some secret. The face is crafted to be pleasing, but the personality is just a reflection of the wizard that created it.
Speak your name.
Tell it your
I
name.
do not know this name.
Gale
If
of
you
what?
are known to my master, step forward and declare yourself an ally.
Yes, I'm an ally.
Only a true ally of Ilintoth may pass. What think you of the Zolkir known as Zastan?
You recognize the name, of course. Anyone that knows of the Red Wizards would. Zastam is a powerful lich that rules the land of Thay. He drove many Red Wizards out of their ancestral home.
Actually, Zastam isn't a Zalkir. He rules as High Regent now.
A poor choice. You will be purged.
I can't use this at the moment.
No, I did this wrong. I screwed up. I guess you have to just insult the guy. Oh, I don't know if I'll make the Arcana check again. Seems that the only right answer is 2. Come on. No.
You do your best to wipe the dirt from your face and look presentable. Adventuring is murder on one's wardrobe, though.
Just want to leave.
Speak your name.
Ah, jeez. Clicked on the wrong person. We'll load it back up again. I thought I had Gale clicked on already, but I didn't. She's got to put guidance on Gale, and then Gale goes and does the thing, because he's got more Arcana and history. Come along. Come on, there we are. Alright, Gale.
We're a long way from Waterdeep. In for a surprise?
Speak your name.
A magic mirror. A primitive contraption, but not without its use. The magic is old and wavering, but you recognize it. The mirror is a thinking lock, hiding some secret. The face is crafted to be pleasing, but the personality is just a reflection of the wizard that created it.
Speak your name.
Okay. Gale of Waterdeep.
I do not know this name. If you are known to my master, step forward and declare yourself an ally.
Alright, I want to save here in the middle. Hopefully I can get back to here. That's I'm an ally.
A true ally of Ilintoth may pass. What think you of the Zalkir known as Zastam?
You recognize the name, of course. Anyone that knows of the Red Wizards would. Zastam is a powerful lich that rules the land of Thay. He drove many Red Wizards out of their ancestral home.
I think it's 2.
You are no Zalkir, but are you wise? Tell me, why might one use balsam ointment?
I think it treats burns is the right question.
A poor choice.
Ah!
You will be purged.
Clean wounds? What do I use balsam for? What do I make with balsam? That burns its wounds. Do we use balsam in one of the wounds things? Oh, geez, the reload takes forever. Sorry, guys.
I do not know this name. If you are known to my master, step forward. What think you of...
You recognize the name? Zastam is a powerful lich.
You tell me. Why might one use balsam ointment?
We're going to quick save here so I don't have to go back through all that again. Is it clean away?
Acceptable. Finally. If you could see anything in me, what would it be?
Two. I see myself in the next incarnation, a living manifestation of Netherese magic, a mythal in my own right.
You seek to survive. You seek power.
That's because I know what Ilantoth is now. Based on the little bit of writings I remember reading in here. Charlatan Mirror, Mr. Historian is inspired. We didn't use any inspiration.
Forthwith. A hidden laboratory full of abandoned experiments. Color me in my element.
This is true. However, we need to have everybody kind of wander.
To rest.
No.
How much farther can I go?
Alright, there's going to be stuff all over the place. There's research notes.
There's room for more.
There's philosophy. Antidote. Bugwort. So it wouldn't just. Lots of scrolls. There's a gilded chest. The evil eye. On death and resurrection. A gilded chest. Bracers of defense. Give these to Gale.
Which way is the nearest library?
Don't know, but I'm getting your armor class up to 16. So you're at a 16, he's at a 16, she's
My faith protects me.
at a 16, and you're
Don't
at
stop me yet.
a 15. Okay. A little bit better. Alright. Books. We've already opened up the chest. Ethel. Can you actually break this? Oh.
Don't mind if I do.
I have to drink another potion.
No traps, please.
No, we already did that.
One day I'll catch a break.
Alright, now down this way, there's a bunch of stuff on the table. Thought there was a bunch of stuff on the table. Okay. Basilisk oil. Scroll of Featherfall. Stuff for money. Strange alchemical, some are written plainly, some are written. There are guides transmuting metals and recipes and weapons for war, but more than anything else, the book is concerned with reanimating the dead. Moonhaven logbook. I can read it later. Okay. We came in from out here, right? Oh no, no, this is just a room for me to grab this. Turn on that, that's the lever trunk. Dang it. Drow poison. Some alchemical ingredients. Lots of alchemical ingredients. Do we have everything? And then we already scoured the desk, right? Or did we? Yeah, looks like we already done that. Okay. Now we have to go find did I screw up? No, this is his alchemical library. I've got too much stuff. Carry around too much stuff again. I get used to having that hill giant strength potion on, and then it's like, nope, you don't want to do that. Okay. Now over here is bad guy stuff. Turn on the lights.
Be wary. This place is trapped.
Alright, let's start.
Keep your distance, darling.
Get on you. Do your thing, because you're very good at this. And we'll give you guidance as well.
Quick step.
Can't start it on fire. Can't start it on fire.
My faith will guide me.
Very rude. I have to start them on fire the hard way, huh? Okay. Now, did we exhaust this space? Yes. We went over here. Oh, we didn't exhaust this space. Before we go in there, let's go over here.
And, well, eat it.
I don't think we did everything in here. There's a crystal ball here. Candles. Incense. Crystal ball. Incense is worth a lot of money. There's a chest, which I did take everything out of at least. No. Bloody heck. Give me a break. Are these letters actually anything? I don't think so. Turn off lights.
Wish I had a bag of holding.
So I don't see anything else here. Just a bear.
A young cave bear, killed and stuffed before its teeth were fully grown.
Oh. I made a nature roll. Cool. Alright, now I need to come back down here towards the gate. Did we do this room? Yeah, we did that room. So I think we've done all the alcove rooms. Oh no, we didn't go up here. I think there's a whole bunch of bottles up here and like one thing that's worth a damn.
Yes?
No. Stupid. Stay away from me. 'Cause otherwise I'll click on you. This way. Did I turn on the lights? Turn on the lights.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
Oh, God.
Something good here, I hope.
Okay, can I turn on that light? I think I've turned on the lights everywhere. But what's behind the curtain? They won't let me go behind the curtain. What's behind curtain number 1? Okay. Alright, now I think we can go by the gate. I think I've gotten everything now. Okay. Shadowheart, you're gonna cast Guidance on him first.
Careful, I bite. Let's crack it open.
Failed his perception check. Critical failure! Let's...
Oh dear. Someone's left a trap out for us.
So, you know this one's a trap, so disarm it. There we go. Now you need to walk out the door. And we'll get our super perceptive person. Her job to go try.
Onward. Ever onward.
Oh my god! They're only 15s and she can't roll an 8. Wow.
And these things have stayed interesting.
I don't think I'll get them either. I'm even worse than she is.
Another step forward. Step carefully. There's a trap.
Didn't get that one.
There's no time to waste.
I applaud your taste. To new horizons.
Wow. Every one of us failed that 20. He got the closest with a die roll of 16. Oh, that's very sad. Okay. I need to get out of the way.
What to do?
You need to get out of the way. And you... I'm gonna go get killed, I guess. Come on, Asterion.
How delicious.
You need to... No, you need to disarm the trap. I'll give you guidance. I know it's a trap, but it won't let me undo it. So, do I want Asterion to pick this up, or do I want the monk to pick it up? I will have Asterion pick it up.
The book is locked tight with no visible keyhole, only an oval recess in the cover's mouth. You try to examine the book, but the longer you stare, the more those piercing amethyst eyes draw you in. You feel the darkness radiating from the book. It's delicious.
Curious. Why don't you take a closer look? I'll observe from back here.
Tuck the book in this bag. Alright.
One step at a time.
I gotta dodge.
Looking ahead.
There is... God, where is it?
On my way. at the ready.
Okay, we've already got the summon closet thing. So while I'm thinking about it, oh, I don't think he learns. He can't learn it that way. It's not listed in his spells. He has to go into his inventory, right-click on the closet, and learn it for 50 gold.
May it please, Mistra.
Why did you move me to there? Now, there's supposed to be... I don't know. They may have patched this out. So, he's going to... put in a closet for this for now.
Oh, shit-pilling toe-rag! Never summon shovel, never feed shovel, now call shovel!
The stench of sulfur fills your nose.
Wait, you're not Illy?
How did I fail that? Illy?
My master. Tall, skinny, prick with ears. So, you're Shovel's master now. Fine.
Your name is Shovel?
Master Illy calls me Shovel. Don't like it? Change it.
Does basket sound good to you? Well, I usually call it fork, but what about, does basket sound good to you?
Basket. I like. Baskets hold babies. My favorite. So, what first, Master? Gutting locals? Raising the dead? Making them walk? Making them scream?
Is that what you and your old master did?
Yes. Steal bodies, tear them, then Illy puts them back together. Again and again. When he wasn't horny for the book. Oh, book this, book that. He loves the book.
You have such a way with words.
Good with tongue. Good at cutting them out, too. Tell you secret. Illy weak. Illy never finish book. But Master can do it. Read book, conquer book. Yes.
Okay, now supposedly... if you have someone else...
So that's progress.
Come talk to him immediately. Her immediately.
Oh, another banty-legged gobshite. What do you want with basket?
You recognize the tiny fiend, a quasit. Wicked creatures, often used as familiars.
Wait, you're not Illy?
God, I don't remember what I'm supposed to pick up. Would shoot you up and spat you out? No, your scroll isn't in the... I don't remember which way I'm supposed to go with this. Illy.
My master. Tall, skinny, prick with ears. So, your basket's master now? Fine. Master Illy, wonderful. He tricks them, heals them, then they die. So sudden, so mysterious. Shovel comes, Shovel takes them, then we raise them, make them walk. Necromancer, your kind call him. Fun, I call him.
What happened to
Don't
him?
know. Don't care. Wait, are you horny? For the book? Illy never shuts up. Book this, book that. Blah.
You have such a weird...
Good with tongue. Good at cutting them out, too. Tell you secret. Illy weak. Illy never finish book. But Master can do it. Read book, conquer book. Yes.
But it doesn't let me... doesn't give me the choices anymore.
See? Tell you choose, Beefy. Trust me. Always. Always.
Yeah, I can't get it. Okay. They've patched that out. There used to be a glitch where you could get 2 people to be able to come to summon the closet, and I can't recreate it anymore. So I don't know. That's okay.
Yes?
Alright, we've got basket. I think I have everything down here I want to get. Where am I at on the map? Okay, well, next thing to do is to try and deal with the ogres. Do I want to have fighters for the ogres? Sorry, there was lots of talking in this one, not much combat. I don't know, did I fight anything at all? Just a loving couple in the barn. Alright, we've got a couple things to do here. I want to go to... I gotta get out of here. So let's just go up to, Blighted Village just gets me out of the basement. There was something about talking to him in the basement, and then, I think I selected the wrong thing. It's like the first person that talks to him after you summon him he can teach them the spell or something. I can't remember how to do it. Alright, now up here, I was thinking of going... Where am I gonna go? Oh, I wanted to go check and see if the Mama Owlbear got kaboomed. What is this? Return to Zevlor. I'm not gonna do that. The Mama Owlbear is... like right up here, right? That's the Twisted Tree. That's what we're gonna do next time. We're gonna go do the Twisted Tree next time. I'm already 2.5 hours into this. Wow. Where's the time go, right? Okay, so this one's not going to be as entertaining as some of the others, I guess. Oh, we gotta go out this way and up, and then I also have to go down. Okay, I wanna go to my... Where the hell am I? Here, I wanna go this way.
Step by step.
Nope, I don't wanna go this way. I wanna go this way? Yes, I wanna go this way. Go this way. We need to go out here. Oh, I never checked the tiefling or anything? Oh.
Could be useful.
Oh. I
going.
should be the one doing this. I have to sort my stuff out.
I need more pockets.
No, I have not been down this way. I get down this way too far, I'm gonna run into Auntie Ethel, and I don't want to do that. Because I actually want to go back to the grove after another rest and see. Oh, there's another rogue council over here. Did it just grow up overnight? Or did I really miss all this? I really missed all this?
Dead goblins. Dead travelers.
Are they heading to the Druid's Grove?
I'm encumbered! Alright, I'm encumbered again. That's 32 pounds of food. Hey, dude. I need to keep a thing of wine on me. But other than that, now I can carry around some more stuff. Did we not come across the bridge here?
Direct me. Can't give up now. What's in here?
Stuff to sell is what's in here. Did I miss this? Oh, I missed a bunch of stuff, didn't I?
Light on my feet.
Where am I at? I'm up there, and I want to go down here. And I think I have to go down around this way, right? Because I can't get down this way? I don't think I can get down this way, can I? Oh, God. Move the map, not turn the map. I don't know. Can I get down here? No, you won't let me go down this way. You're very rude. Make me go around. They make you go around so that you find the owlbear cave. And then if we go up this way, right? We get to find Scrapwood Shield.
I'll take that.
Belladonna. You get a pretty view. A pretty, pretty view. Of a place that you cannot go. That's down by the swamps. That's the tree I need to get to, but I'm not close enough. Alright, where am I? See, I'm up here. I can't get down there or over to the other side of the river. Okay. So we did our thing. We wrapped our stuff. We need to go. I think we might be able. I did take a long rest. So can I? Let's see. How is it? Nope. I have to go here. Right. Oh, Wispweed. How did I miss it the first time through? Snatch that. Okay. Now, I believe we've already talked with the Mama Bear once. So, with a long rest in between, I believe the goblins come and get her. Oh. I don't want to have to be the one that takes her down. Some nice experience points, but it's really not worth dying. Because she's a very nasty fighter. One of the nice things about seeing the owlbear this early, especially if you're like a druid, when you at some point you can become an owlbear, and you'll be like, yeah, I'm being an owlbear because stuff. Is she down here still? Owlbear out here? Owlbear. Nope, she's dead. And the goblins have taken her baby.
Goblin patrol looks like. Beasts.
She deserved better than that.
Well, we can take their stuff.
Anything of use?
An owlbear egg. These are supposed to be worth a fortune.
That's gonna be for baby owlbear when we get him free. And the big owlbear should see me get. Yes. And then we get to go in here. And we go. Where is it? You combine with this. Alright. Makes me a nice spear that I can then give to Shadowheart, who has her choice of spears. So she can. This one does actually an extra damage, does 2 to 9 damage. And if they fail dexterity saving, it does 2 to 12 piercing. So this one's a little better than the Watcher's Guide, so we're going to give her this one. Because the nice thing is, does 2 to 12 damage to certain creatures that sport multiple sets of eyes. I'm talking to you, spectator. But the other thing is blinding her target that fails dexterity saving throw when she hits them can be nice. Okay, she does 2 to 7 because she's using it one-handed. So that's why it's 2 to 7. Otherwise it'd be 2 to 9. Alright, 2 to 7 is good enough. We'll try that one for a while. You, sir.
Don't touch
Did I not give you a magic dagger? But you've got 4 to 9, 1 to 6. Does this do better than your 1 to 6? 2 to 5. So you're less likely to have 1s, but never can quite get a 6, but you get a plus 6 to hit. I don't know. I don't know which way's better for you. Got stuff to sell too. And we need to go get, this is 12. This is 11. What is this? Faded drow leather. Okay. Alright, well. Owlbear, empty. I think we looted everything we need to loot here. I don't think there's anything back here. I'm encumbered, so we need to go sell some stuff.
More owlbear eggs. Already hatched. No point in taking these.
Okay, we've done everything here. Alright, we can get out of here. I just gotta go sell him some more stuff. Alright, so I'm trying to hold the left mouse button and turn your map kind of method of moving. Seems to work okay.
More goblins. What's next?
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have. Need to find a way forward.
I'm gonna go down here and sell a bunch of stuff to Arden to get rid of my weight. Then I'm gonna have to swap in some other people to sell some stuff. And then we're gonna have to go back and deal with the ogres. To get done with the ogres. See, ultimately what I like to do is I try to get the ogres on my side, and then have, when we go fight the gnolls, the big nasty gnolls with the flint, is call the ogres to that fight, because that usually weakens them, and then refuse to pay them and just kill them right there and take them out and get their crown. But I haven't been able to get them on my side for a long time. Ace in our multiplayer game happened to do that. Fridays we try to do a multiplayer Baldur's Gate 3.
Something's on my mind.
Need anything else?
Yeah.
Of course. But please, remember, you're not the only one in need.
Alright, oh no, that doesn't belong here. Isn't that the camp? Why is that even in my inventory? Oh, we probably should do a barter. A little bit easier on my brain. Alright, this down here. Anyway, on Fridays we try to do a multiplayer game of Baldur's Gate 3. Ace is my youngest adult child, and they agreed to help me out with that, and they did, what's this? Steel Forge, that belongs with Asterion. Why is that in my inventory? Oakfather's Embraces sounds nice, but it's really not that good. It's great in the Shadowlands, because undead creatures that hit the wearer receive 1 to 6 radiant damage. Beasts that hit the wearer deal additional 1d6. So once you get out of there, you want to take that off, because if you start getting attacked by wolves and stuff, that's not the same. These things are really funny. I don't know if you guys really want me to read the letters in this playthrough and stuff. If you want me to start reading these, I will out loud. what I will do is, I think I'll take the time just to show them to you real quick. I'm gonna get rid of all the stuff that's weighing me down. No, I don't want to give them those. That and these things and the fork. So we got the closet, but now I've called them basket for this playthrough. I want to show you the books. I'm not going to read them out loud, I don't think. But Gale. Quills, rope. I wonder if rope can be thrown on top of vents. Oh, I don't want to get rid of that. Smoke powder satchels are useful. Okay, ultimately I'm going to add the books too. Like to keep the water. That's for Gale to eat. Now, with 402, I'll look for magical things. I like giving that to Karlach when I can. Ring of Flinging. It's just so much fun. We can get Scale Mail +1 for Shadow Heart. Does he have padded? It's armor class 12.
Keep a blade close.
Armor class 12, armor class 12, so it's the same. I could get that for Wyll if I needed to. Change shirt +1. Scale mail is the best thing to put Shadowheart in. Do you have any scrolls that I really want to get? Tasha's Witch Bolt, Ice Knife. Dimension Door's like a 3rd level spell, isn't it? Dead. Scroll of Invisibility. Okay. Scroll of Mirror Image. Okay. Speak with Dead, Tasha City's Laughter, and Witch Bolt. What are consumables? Well, those are like level 1 spell slot. Some of this is bank. Okay, am I still overweight? My goodness, Tonto. What do I have on me? It's so bloody heavy. Well, I can probably give him this. Ain't nobody gonna use this. Alright, Dancer's cute. What does Gale have?
Seek and you shall find me.
Yeah, Gale has the electric staff, so we don't need that. So I think maybe we go ahead and grab one of the scale mails now. We're still ahead of him, right? Doesn't have any magical crossbows. Maybe we'll go see Dammon, see if he's got a magical crossbow. Alright, let's get some cash out of this. Alright, we're done with you.
Sylvanas be...
We'll go run down and talk to Dammon, and then we'll jump back to the village, so that's where we go next time. Oh, is Auntie Ethel still here? We should go see if Auntie Ethel's still here.
Never a dull moment.
We're exposed now.
Auntie Ethel is still here. So she should still have.
Hello, Petal. Need anything? Any lotions or potions? Hey, bother.
Yep. So she regenerates them every day. Which is why I'm trying not to go down there. Because that's really good stuff. I'm gonna snatch this from her too. Do I have anything to give her? I probably can give her some of the books and things too. I don't know. Don't think I'm ever going to use Watcher's Guide anymore. But I want to save that for Dammon. Okay. We'll just give her some money. Got a little over 2,000 gold. It's not a lot I can get. There's no way I can like steal her gold that I can think of. Although I do have the guy that could do it. Drink a potion of invisibility and see if he could sneak up behind her and pick her pocket and grab her money. That's all I really want is my money back. Well, we could try that.
Take care now, sweetie.
Of course, she may get really mad at me if I do it.
You're an idiot.
Yes. I'm an idiot for thinking about trying it. I want to go over to Dammon. I can't remember if he had any good, like, weapons for Astarion. Speaking of which, we gotta get this. Where's that damn sword? I have a sword. Did I give it to him already? No, I didn't. Where's the bloody sword? This. So now he's got a sword that does a +1. So it's 5 to 10 there, and then he goes 2 to 5 with his dagger. Unless I can find him something better with Dammon.
Let's move.
Where is he? He's over here. Sorry.
Looking for steel? I have, well, something close.
Alright. No. No. No, no. No, no. Well, he's got scale mail +1. I could buy another scale mail. I would get Shadowheart scale mail. I could drop Karlach in scale mail. And another hand crossbow. I'm gonna spend some money. I want to buy that. I want to buy this. I've got 5, 4, 5, 6, 2. I really like having those. Alright, that's gonna be 684 bucks. Ouch. Well, that's the way it goes. Alright, we're done. I don't know why.
Take me. What I wouldn't do for best tools.
Okay. We don't need to stay in the Emerald Grove. We were gonna go. I was thinking about doing the ogres and the spiders, and then I gotta do the gnolls up north, right? To find the shipment. So I got a lot of things to do. So next time around, we're gonna go back by the Blighted Village, because that gets me closer to doing some of those things. I've got ogres to do and the spiders. That's both there. We're gonna try and do that, but we're gonna do it with. I think I need to bring a bigger fighter than Asterion for the spiders. I'm not 100% sure. What I am sure I'm going to do is I'm going to run to camp before we leave and assign everything to people so you can see what I had in mind. She's playing with Scratch. Claims she doesn't like animals, but she's over there playing with Scratch. She plays with Scratch. Lies. Lies. She loves animals. Alright, you are going to get one of these. You're going to go to Shadowheart. And then Shadowheart, you're going to equip. Okay. Take care of that. Gets her up to an 18. So it gives her up to an 18. That's really good. Can't ever get him much more than a 16. Him I can get up to like a 17 because I can get like padded plus 2. I think I can get him up to about a 17. Yeah, because I can get him to 13. I think I can get him an armor, a light armor that's a 13 or a 14. I think is the best I can do. And the rest comes from his dex and his dual wielder. He's going to get 4 from that. So if you can get him up to a 13, he gets to a 17. If you get him to a 14, he gets to an 18. I don't think I can get him much higher without doing some other shenanigans. I also bought another one of these for you, Astaria. So 5 to 10, 2 to 7. 5 to 10, 2 to 5. Trying to build him up. I have one of these. This is going to go to Karlach. And if you go over to Mama K and you put this on her, now she's at a 13 right now. Boom, a 16 while using a big old two-handed sword. So she's got a lot of things going for her. I've got a lot of books here. Nat, Knee-Grabber, Half-Shank stones cast by your enemies, designed to keep you down, or stepping stones, so you can rise above. Inside every gnome lies an inner Goliath. By setting aside doubt, negativity, and a modest subscription fee, you too can learn to grow inside and out. Details overleaf. Don't delay. Harness your hidden height, and watch your enemies shrink before you. Healer's log. Okay. So there's a bunch of books here. So yeah, leave me comments on the playthrough. Nobody said anything in chat about if you want me to read the books, I will. But it seems like maybe you don't really need to see me reading all the books. So I'm not sure what you guys would prefer. If you'd rather have me reading off the books or as I find them and stuff, or do you want me to like save us all a bunch of time and not really, I mean, open them up, like do like this. I see like, okay, claim that we're reading it. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So you get a few seconds to unlock the ancient tome. Right? I did what? Huh? What did I just do? I just got myself a quest. I don't know what the hell I just did. Oh. Destroy it or unlock it. The owner of the tome mentioned a key gem. Could this be the secret to unlocking the Necromancy of Thay? Of course it is! We all know this, and we don't want to do it because it's a real pain in the butt. But it'll stay in our thing until we do something about it. Okay, we've got lots of things to do. Anyway, that's going to be the plan next time. Anywho, like I was saying, I can get him up to about a 17 maybe. She can go up to, I think I can get this like +2, so she can get her up to a 19. Maybe even a 20 depending on the shield you give her. He's going to be a 16 for most of his life. You can't really get him any higher. And I'm kind of in the same boat. I think there's a robe, a monastic robe that'll get me up a point in armor class. I'm going to take there's some unarmored combat gloves and stuff like that I'll be using. So stuff like that I'll be using myself. This ring is the Ring of Flinging, which we also want to give to Karlach because we like Karlach. She's a girl. This just fits her with her barbarian stuff and throwing things. That's what she does best. Now, Lae'zel, we've got to get her. I really need to get her a really nice, big ass weapon. Don't know what to do with her. She's a really good fighter, so I don't want to just like leave her by the wayside. Great Axe +1. It does 1 to 12. This does. So if she puts that in there, she can do up to 16. And if we put this with Karlach, she's doing 6 to 16, 5 to 16. Okay, so it works out either way. I really like her using this sword because those are the guys that were chasing her, and so she gets kind of revenge on that. We're going to give this to Lae'zel for now. I think I'm going to have Lae'zel using a big old battle axe because she does more damage. Potentially more damage. Same floor at 5, but instead of 14 being the highest, now it's 16, so I don't know why that is. 1d12 plus 4. Plus 3 from strength, plus 1 from the weapon. This one is... a long sword is plus 1d10. Okay, so because I have the d12, I can possibly do more damage. If I want to put a shield on Lae'zel, I can always give her the +1 longsword and throw a shield on her to get her armor class up to an 18. Okay, I like this idea. My fighters can do a bunch of damage. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do, I'm going to leave us sitting in the village. I'm not sure if this is the group I want to try and do some of the stuff with, or if I need to bring one of the, you know, big beefy fighters instead of a Starion. I need a Starion for part of it. Maybe right before we take on the big spiders, we can come back and get somebody like a Karlach to deal with the queen. Somebody who can tank some damage. I don't know. We'll have to think about that. But let me know what you think of that in the comments, please. If you do like what you're seeing here, please hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't done it already, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of the summer. Not a big, huge goal, but it is a goal, and I'd really like to get to the 500 mark just to say that I did it. And who knows, after I've done that, then I'll say, okay, let's go for, 1,000 to see if I can get it, and just kind of do it that way. It's more of a, can I get that many people to watch my videos on a regular basis kind of thing, or not. Maybe I won't make it. Maybe they're not good enough. There will be other content coming out. Like I said, we do Fridays. I try to do a multiplayer run. I should probably stop the clock here. I try to do a multiplayer run with my youngest adult child, Ace. They're a barbarian, I'm a bard. We're in Baldur's Gate 3. We have a mod on that lets us take 6. We limit ourselves to taking out 6 characters. You can actually take the whole party if you want. And we go romping around. We're now in the Underdark by the Arcane Tower. So we're trying to do the Underdark before we go do the monastery and walk our way into the Shadowlands. I think our goal is to do the whole Underdark, get as much experience and everything out of it as we can. We have to do Grimforge to get some neat weapons and stuff. We have to get Sussurbark to go get a neat weapon. Then there's all sorts of things to do in the Underdark. When we get done with that, we will go and do the Githyanki and get the Light of Lathander. To be perfectly honest, the Light of Lathander would come in handy in the Underdark, but I'm not so sure I want to do it that way. We'll talk with Ace about that, because I think we need to be the higher level. We need to get the experience points out of the Underdark in order to pull off stuff at the monastery. And then when we get done with all that and we go into the Shadowlands, that's when things will get really dicey, because depending on which way we do things, we might be able to get some very interesting things in Chapter 3. And I gotta find out if Ace wants me to spoil those things or not. Or if she already knows. Ace may already know. Anyway, a lot of times we can't get it because Ace's appointments are almost always on Fridays. Whenever they have an appointment, or for a little while there they were sick and weren't able to do anything at all. And things like that. I've encouraged them to kind of put together, I think it would be nice if they would do a video about their ailments for other people to be able to identify with and be able to say, yeah, that happened to me too, and then kind of give them an idea of where to go to get help. But they're a bit shy about that kind of stuff, so I'm not going to push it. But anyway, sometimes they're ill, sometimes they have appointments, which, for whatever reason, always fall on Friday. So they're not available, but maybe once a month or twice a month. We're going to try and get it back on a more regular basis. So in talking with them, I said, well, I really want to fill that void on Fridays. And they told me to play a single-player playthrough, but play it as one of the origin characters. And then when I started talking about which origin character, they were just flat-out Gale. So I have another series called Gale Goes Forth that I run when I can't run with Ace. So every Friday you get either Gale Goes Forth or you get Dren608 and Family Plays. You get one of the two. And then on Wednesdays, this was a fan pick by poll. It's Knights of the Old Republic, the old Star Wars game. I have no idea what I'm doing. You only can go up to level 20, and I'm already like 3/4 of the way to level. Because I'm at level 14, and I have no clue how to build them or what I'm doing. I'm kind of stumbling along and learning how to do things. And then my sons have helped me a bit on clues, like they said don't build the characters as they come to you. Like Canderous comes with a big gun, but he actually has more strength than dexterity. So it's like, take feats that will help you in melee, because he's actually a better melee guy than he is a shooter. And then another character named Mission comes with a vibro blade, but she has a ridiculously high dex, so she's actually a better shooter than a melee person because she doesn't have a lot of hit points. So it's kind of like they're kind of trying to confuse you. It's like they're making you read what the character's, stats are and what all that. And if you really go and look at those, you can kind of figure out how to build them. I don't understand all the nuances of the feats and the powers for the Jedi and all of that, so I'm trying to take things that kind of make sense to me, but probably not doing a real good job. So you can come watch that and get a laugh out of me stumbling around in the Star Wars universe. Saturdays is this one. This was also a fan pick. To play Baldur's Gate 3, but I get to play a monk, and I have to play the Drunken Master. And that's where I came up with the backstory of Nórë Huinë. Is he was a street urchin, streets of Baldur's Gate or somewhere. So he grew up, without real supervision. It was more like, a street gang of kids. Maybe some older kids were making sure the younger ones didn't get killed by the Watch or whatever. And then as we grew older, we got up into our tweens. Some of the kids were, good enough that they went into the guild. Maybe some went over into a mercenary company. And he found himself on hard times being a half drow. He's half elf, but at the half that's elf is drow. So he's not really, blend-inable, so to speak. He kind of stands out because he's got those drow features and stuff. So he found himself not being able to get anywhere and, falling on hard times because he didn't have his quote-unquote gang to hang with. They kind of left him behind, and so he tried to take shelter at a monastery, which, required him to do things around there. And then he kind of fell in with one of the less reputable masters, as it were. And that's how he took in the style of the Drunken Masters, because that's the guy that was teaching him and kept him in the monastery for several years. And then when he got done with his training, he was allowed to leave the monastery, and he walked right into this. And that's how he got into this mess. So he's had a tough life. He tries to keep the kids, he's a bit on the shady side of getting what he wants. That's why you'll see me picking locks, and I'm seriously considering going back to Annie Ethel and seeing if I can pick her pockets, because I really don't care if I piss her off. I got 9 Hill Giant potions out of her, and if I don't have to deal with her, maybe if I get through these two things here. If I get through the goblins and the ogres and the spiders, then we could. What's the other thing we need to do before I go finishing off the goblins? Ogres and the spiders, and then there's the gnolls up top, and then the Zentarum. So there's like 4 major things to do, and it would be nice to have. Maybe another set of Hill Giant potions before I get done with that. So if I can get one more long rest in, go back to her, get another set of Hill Giant potions, and then, you know, we'll see if we can have Astarion. We'll give him a potion of invisibility and see if he can pick our pocket. Oh, and we have to go do the guys down south in the swamp too. But I don't want to do that until I've had a chance to try and get one more Hill Giant potion out of her. So we're going to try and do the ogres, see if we can get them on our side. We'll go down and try and do the spiders. And then we will go try and take on the ogres. If I get the ogres on my side, if I get their horn deal, then we'll go do the gnolls, because I'll have the ogres do fighting of the gnolls. And then we'll turn on the ogres if they don't like the deal at that point. So that's kind of the way I have to do that. Because ultimately I want Monk's intelligence thing to be put on my monk. At least for a little while. And in the future I can give it to somebody like Shadowheart or hell, even Wyll would help him with some of his skills and stuff. But anyway, that's kind of the story of Nórë Huinë. He's a bit of work, and that's kind of how I'm trying to make some of the statements, like the thing at Mizora. Oh, aren't you a luscious thing? You know, a typical street kid thing that would be said, even though it's not really advantageous game-wise. So I am trying to live through based on his backstory, trying to live through this adventure. Let me know what you think of all that. Like I said, like, subscribe, and hit the notify bell, and you'll be kept up to speed. And it really helps me if you'll subscribe to help build the channel. Anyway, that's enough of that. We'll come back to Nórë Huinë next week. And hopefully I'll actually have some action sequences for you, some battles and things. I didn't have much of that this time. This is much more of a role-playing type thing and just discovering everything that I could discover. All right? Okay. I'm Dren608. Until we meet again, stay safe.